the boss.
Oh, yeah. Hey!
Hi!
How's everyone doing?
Welcome to the Berlin Open Stage Show, the Boss Podcast. I'm Trevor.
I'm Stentor, and this is the show where anyone can sign up to record their own podcast, and we put it out on our feed.
Exactly. Usually it's a live show that we feel we need to explain this at the beginning of each episode now. That happens at the Comedy Cafe Berlin, but during these uncertain times, that's been a bit difficult, Stentor.
Yeah. I mean, these times are starting to feel pretty certain, right? We know what's going on.
Yes, in these certain, we're gonna start seeing ads that say "in these certain times."
Yeah,
in these forever times,
in this
where nothing will change. Don't
try. Future that's happening now. We are now doing this over Zoom, and we get these great people to meet in a Zoom room and talk about, the stuff that's interesting to them. And sometimes it's like Berlin locals, sometimes it's actual like big name celebrities or just
corporate sponsors.
Yeah, a lot of corporate sponsors, a lot of artists and just people about
mostly
town.
Corporate sponsors though.
I mean, we have to make some money off this because we're not really in any of the episodes.
Yeah,
we're just kind of observers who take the sponsorship money and use
it. But it allows us to honor the small artists, and I think that's what makes this premise of this episode so exciting. This guest is because they've been a return guest. I think they're our most frequent guest, and they're just an artist that can't quite seem to crack into the business.
I mean, he's a member of the Six Timers Club now, first member, I think. Alvin Fadin, this struggling screenwriter. I don't think he would oppose us saying it. He has not had a lot of work.
A prolific screenwriter.
I mean, I don't know anyone who has written more than he has. He has stacks and stacks of scripts.
The guy's output is unparalleled.
And he, is able to get famous people and just very talented people from showbiz together to do table reads of his scripts. And that's what's happening now in this episode is we get a glimpse at what at some point might be something we see on our TV screens or movie screens, God willing.
Yeah, well, I'm always excited to listen, so let's go ahead and listen to the table read with Alvin Fadin.
The cinema. Lights, camera, action. Since the Lumiere brothers made mankind's first movies, we have dared to dream about the possibilities. They asked, what if a train arrived at a station? What would that look like on film? And since then, many of our greatest dreamers have thought up similarly daring premises. What if we were in Vietnam and there was a good morning? What if there was a Rain Man? And what if a male actor had to pretend to be a woman in order to get more opportunities in show business? Tootsie. But with our current predicament, things have changed and we have been forced to think smaller. Today, I welcome you back to the table read. I am, of course, your host, Alvin Fadin, award-winning screenwriter. And I have to say, I'm pretty upset right now. The new Golden Globes nominations really feel like a personal jab against me. So many fantastic white filmmakers recognized, but yet no mention of my self-released COVID lockdown drama feature film titled Alvin Fadin Visionarily Presents Kentavious and Jezebel. Hold for applause. Shot entirely in sepia-toned, the movie follows in real time a 3.5-hour screaming match between a super hot husband and wife. The script is based on my very own lived experience of never getting fatherly love or even being recognized as a son by director Barry Levinson. But enough about my movie that's already been completed and is now available to rent on demand at thesmokinggun.com or available streaming for free as a Freedom of Information Act request regarding the ongoing stalking lawsuit filed against me by the director of Wag the Dog. Check that out on your own time. I'm here today to read my newest screenplay, which is not at all limited to our current lockdown situation. And to do so, I have asked some very talented people to help me out. Please welcome my guests today, musician Brent Treznor.
Thank you.
Actor Battery Life Humphreys.
Hey, man, it's an honor to be here, man. Thank you.
And, of course, the great actress, Jan.
Thank you so much. And before we start, I just want to say I am so blessed to be surrounded by such wonderful talent. So thank you. #blessed.
Yeah, man. Thank
Likewise.
you. Thank you.
How is everyone doing? Is everyone staying safe, staying sane?
Yeah, it's just been a roller coaster, as you guys all know, you know. But we had a little get together yesterday night, like just really like low key 25 people, you know, at my dad's house. So you know, I'm trying to get through it, you know, trying to just kind of coping, you know.
Everyone, of course, tested and.
Yeah, dude, like we really tested it yesterday, man. Like we really like just boundary pushing, kind of chugging beers, but you know.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mr. Treznor, how are you doing?
Well, I'm in solitude, as I've been this entire time during this pandemic, and prior to that, I've been in solitude. And I'm just continually making music. A lot of you may recognize me as the frontman and really the only continuous member of the 30-year-long project 10 Foot Toes. It's sort of an industrial band, but we don't use industrial equipment. I use a lot of natural stuff out here in the woods, and I'm looking to get into film composing, so I'm happy to connect with you over this video conferencing system.
That's very exciting. I mean, I could only dare to dream that this is the crew and cast of if my new screenplay ever gets made. That would be a wonderful thing. And of course, Jan, I mean, last but not least, oh my God, if you were attached to this, I mean, it would get greenlit in an instant.
I mean, if you remember, I greenlit the very famous movie Dolphin. You know,
Yeah.
like without me, that film wouldn't exist. You know, a killer dolphin like threatening the people of, you know, Manhattan Beach, and it almost made me a
so
star.
scary.
Yeah, and I almost made everyone else a star. So I feel like I'm destined to make projects big. Yeah, so
Jan,
I'm happy to do what I can do.
I just wanted to say, Jan, that we've worked together before. I don't know if you actually knew that, but for your film Dolphin, I recorded an original song that was the credit song, and it was "I wanna pet you like an animal."
Aw, dude.
Oh, I have to be honest. I never stay for the credits. I almost ever leave after the last shot of my face. So
Yeah, and even if something happens after the last shot of your face, you just know it's coming and you leave at that point.
I almost never know the ending of my movies. No, never.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
Man, that makes me feel so good to hear, like, honestly, because I've never watched the credits either. Like, that feels so good to say for me, because it's like, it just gets boring, right? Like,
I mean, you know the people who worked on the movie, right? So you can leave.
Yeah, but sometimes there's a piece of music you can appreciate. You know, like, for example, when I said, "I want to pet them by the seaside."
Dude.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, with Netflix and everything, this instant pop-up window of, you know, you just watched The Crying Game. Why don't you watch Emily in Paris next? I mean, you don't even get the credits anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Maybe we should be consuming more content. I mean, after watching The Crying Game, no spoilers, what could be more comforting than a woman living in a city?
Yeah. I mean, I heard that too, right? That they have so many movies out now. Like, that there's like practically like almost 100 movies or something, right, on the internet. Like, my friends will sometimes, when we're hanging out at my dad's house, you know,
Your dad, of course, famous producer Richard Humphreys.
Richard Humphreys, executive at Paramount, and so we'll hang out at the house, and they'll like be telling me about all those movies that are out, and I find it fascinating, dude. Like as an actor and like as a student of film, in many ways, I find it so interesting how many movies are out.
Yeah. There is like I almost did this like very big series for Netflix. It's called Jan in Bonn. And Bonn is this very vibrant city that for quite a few years was like the capital of Germany. I don't know if you knew that. I didn't. So it was really fascinating for me to just explore the city. And then we got canceled in the middle of, filming. Because,
Jan, I don't know if you know this, but I actually worked with you on Jan and Bonn as well. And I put a song at the end of credits, I think in episode 3, where you went out for lunch. That was the whole premise of the episode. And the song went a little bit, she ate at a cafe so she could have some food.
Wow.
You know what? I remember that song because like we have these like little snippets of story, like little foreshadowing for the next episodes, but after the credits, right, in that thing. So I actually heard that song and it made me really hungry. So I guess that's a good thing, right?
Mission accomplished.
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of controversy with Jan and Bonn because, of course, Amélie in Paris, I'm saying it wrong because it's supposed to be Amélie in Paris and rhyming. And a lot of people were saying that Jan and Bonn didn't quite rhyme. So there was a rewrite where it was Jan in Iran. But that was just difficult in terms of just being allowed to shoot.
It was really hard. There was just like this one time where I accidentally had to smuggled like our team, like we smuggled like an atom bomb just like that, and I was like I wasn't even aware, but it was for some reason in my trailer, and we had to get the trailer somehow.
It was like a reverse Argo.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's like what everyone told me.
Instead of helping hostages out, you actually smuggled a weapon of mass destruction.
And that famous line in the film where you said, now Argo fuck myself. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a shame how mired that production was with, all sort of trouble. Because I would have loved to. They were also saying, like, it can also be Jan in Tehran or Jan in Iran, because it's great when a country has like a city that rhymes with the name of the country.
I mean, Jan, there was also a rewrite that was John in Bonn. And but at that point I was like, what? You want James Franco to play this part? Like, no, this is not going to happen. This is my part. This is my dream role. So I'd rather go to Tehran, right, than a man playing, being the star.
And I think I think the trouble that production had nothing to do with you, Jan. I'm always a big fan of you. I think it was probably because you guys ended up hiring the Affleck duck as the director, and that was maybe not the smartest choice.
I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't get much of what you guys are saying, but I find it like fascinating.
But I also have
to
say I'm also not a political actor, right? So I feel it's really important that people don't know too much about me. Yeah. And that's why I don't, share my political views. It's like
Yeah.
You did commission a lot of different franchises for this. Jack in Iraq, Stan in Afghanistan, Stan in Pakistan for that matter. Stan in a lot of stands actually. Turkmenistan and Kazakhstan.
Yeah. I feel like Stan got really rich on the back of my TV show.
Whoa.
That's true.
Yeah.
But I mean, can I ask, like, I'm just trying to learn and soak everything up. So you guys are saying like, all those movies, they're sort of also produced outside of the States, or because I mean, I'm just trying to learn, because these places you guys are mentioning, like, that sounds wild. Like, what was it you were saying, like Afghanistan or whatever? Like, that sounded really cool to me.
Yeah, in fact, I mean, I'm from Budapest myself. And,
oh, wow. Okay.
And, you know, all of my movie was shot. My movie Kentavious and Jezebel was shot in an apartment in Budapest.
Oh wow! Oh, just to let you guys know, I do have a hard out at like 5 p.m.
Right, we should probably get to the movie. The script. It's beautiful script.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. But just to answer your question real quickly, like I've never shot in the States actually. You know, I've always I only live in the States. You know, in LA where, you know, the rents are the highest, but I shoot in the places that are the cheapest. You know, it's just what you have to do for, you know, a production.
Like Manhattan Beach, I guess.
Yeah.
That's,
you know,
that's politics for you.
I mean, for example, like Dolphin, we shot
Manhattan
that
Beach just
was not in Manhattan Beach. You know, it was actually, you know, the German Baltic Sea.
Yeah, wow.
Oh, I didn't even know that actually.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
My dad has like 2 houses in Manhattan Beach.
Wow.
Yeah.
Should we get to the movie?
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so I'm very excited about this. This is probably the best thing I've ever written. And as always, you know, except for the movie Kentavious and Jezebel, all my movies have 4-word titles. I guess the ampersand counts as like, I mean, it's such a complicated letter, it kind of counts as two words. And so if we could all just read the title 1 word at a time, just starting with Jan and then battery life and then Brent, and I'll close it out if we can read the title.
Yeah, cool.
I'm so honored to start with a title, so thank you for that. This is really appropriate. Chicken
Wurlitzer
Prize.
Chicken Wurlitzer Prize Ceremony. You did say Wurlitzer, isn't that correct? I just want to make sure you...
I mean, that's what I read. I just read the word, or did I get it wrong?
Yeah.
No, you got to
It's a hard to pronounce word. There's a lot of mispronunciations, I think, in script titles. That
I don't like to do a lot of research for my writing. So sometimes I'll just write down a word that sounds correct and just hope that it means what I think it means.
In this case, being a name.
You know, but that is the true artistry of your written work. You know, I feel it's just pure poetry. Starting with the first word you don't understand. Why would you ever start the title of a script with chicken? But I feel it's like you're allowed to do it. You know, you can get away with that.
Yeah, I didn't like Chicken Run or any of those movies that start with the word chicken.
I mean, it's okay to start with chicken, but when the second word is run, it has this kind of urgency that, you know, I don't like to be this stressed out.
Yeah. Was that movie like Lola Run or Run Lola Run? Like a chicken version of Run
I think
Lola
it was
Run?
like a sliding doors type movie where chickens are trying to save their, you know, boyfriend who is a drug dealer or something.
Sort of a cyberpunk style to it as well.
Yeah. But Chicken Wurlitzer Prize Ceremony is, as you could imagine from the title, it's kind of like a feel-good, homey movie about these people that are competing for the best chicken Wurlitzer dish at a country fair. But, you know, in the process of, you know, competing, there are some elements of the social construct that are revealed. You know, the different backgrounds of these people and, you know, what they value in life. So it's kind of like a Robert Altman, David Mamet type movie where all these people come together for the Wurlitzer Prize Award. The Wurlitzer Prize Ceremony. I'm stumbling over my own words.
But I just gotta say, this is a dense script, so maybe we want to get started because this thing, like the dialogue, there's so much dialogue. This must just come pouring out of you, I think.
I mean, there's not a lot of white on these pages, I have to say.
Yeah, and can I just say, because I had the script on my phone and I kind of lost it. So do you guys have a copy that I could just borrow for the reading? Just for the reading, I looked through it on my phone, but I lost it.
Do you want? So you lost your phone, or you lost?
Oh no, I have my phone.
Okay, I'll text you the script right now.
I saw you on your phone before.
No, I have the phone. I just lost the script.
Oh, you lost the script.
Yeah. So maybe we should start with the kind of arrival of everyone at the ceremony.
Okay, I got it now. I got it.
All these different competitors showing off their chicken recipes. And okay, I'll just begin, and you'll read the characters as we've discussed previously. Interior, the hall of the Wurlitzer Prize Ceremony. A lot of hustle and bustle as people move about, carrying kitchen items, cookers, even some live chickens that they're going to slaughter for their recipes. We move. Nice. Setting the scene. We move through the different booths and different tables and setups to stop at one table where a young woman, frazzled by all this madness, is trying to set up. She is wearing an apron and has these pigtails and checkered shirt. She is from the countryside, and her name is Jillian.
Jerry, I can't. I tell you, I cannot.
She's talking to Jerry, who is an overbearing father figure, much like, Barry Levinson, if he would fucking respond to my calls.
You can do this, honey. You've made chicken for the last 15 years, and I know you can win the prize, honey.
Father, I know I call you Jerry a lot, but it's just so hard, Father.
Let me hug you and console you.
We move past their hug towards the next booth, where another group of people is setting up, and this is a man wearing a suit. He is holding a big cell phone, and you can hear him yelling into it from a distance as we approach.
Yes, I know. Sell. Okay, sell. I want to sell that stock. I want to buy that stock. Also, I'm setting up my chicken stand here. ABC. Always be closing. Always be closing.
I just have a quick question here.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Right. Sorry to interrupt the flow and the process here, but am I standing in the shot behind the big shot, so to say? Mm-hmm. Am I in the frame?
Oh, do you mean when we move from the table? Are you still in frame?
Yes.
Let's say that you are, for the purposes of you're not ending the Zoom call.
It's a table read.
I was wondering that too, actually.
I just feel you're just. I'm sorry, Brent. It's not just a table read. I need to feel the movie.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's just assume that your face is in every shot of this movie. If it means you signing on, I would be happy to rewrite there's a whole, car chase with the businessman later on.
Look, Alvin,
but you could be in that car. Why not?
Alvin, you're the artist here. I'm sure you make it work.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll fix it.
But
for sure.
I can log off, right? Because I'm not in the shot.
Let's say both of you are in all shots of the movie. And also in the ones that are not where the characters are not. Let's have you play the other characters too, at least for the purposes of this table read. I am not opposed to some kind of like an Eddie Murphy, Peter Sellers multiple role scenario here.
Oh,
look,
man.
I'm just honored that I can share my talent with you.
Oh.
And I share it as much as we need, right?
Well, while we're taking a quick break from the script, can I ask about what your thoughts are for music for this? I mean, what kind of, because I obviously have a lot of instruments around, and I wasn't so sure that the musical track that you had kind of put under that just now was working for me.
I mean, if you have an extra hand available while reading, if you could just put the music that you would like.
Yeah, no, but specifically I'm thinking like this is a crowd scene, right? And so I want like the highest pitch frequencies, like painfully high pitched frequencies.
Yeah, you want people under the age of 18 to run out of the theater screaming.
Exactly. They should know that this is a dangerous movie.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if you need anyone, if you need vocals, if you need anyone to sing, I'm happy to share.
I don't know if you heard me before. I actually have a pretty good singing voice.
Okay, I actually never heard you, except for this one, Jan eating in a cafe song. I've never heard anything of your work.
Oh, I mean, you may have heard Johnny Bargeld's version of my Jenny in the Cafe song.
And Johnny Bargeld is a hack. I mean, that guy has been...
He's had his storied career.
Singing other people's songs for a long time. And I haven't heard anything from him in a long time. I gotta say.
Yeah.
Where is he now? Anyway, let's...
we should get back to this.
Do you want to pick up... actually, let's just move on.
Yeah, we didn't. I think that scene is pretty self-explanatory.
Okay, so let's move on to the scene where the electricity has been cut to the entire convention hall because there is seemingly some kind of a chicken heist going down where somebody is sabotaging all their competitors, is what we feel like. Okay. Interior, convention hall, darkness, absolute blackness, screams of confusion and befuddlement as people run around, much like chickens, even headless chickens would in this scenario, and try to figure out what is going on. Our three co-protagonists have all huddled together under the bleachers to figure out what to do.
Is this some kind of trick? Someone's up to something. I came all the way up here from Wall Street, and I am going to win this Chicken Wurlitzer Prize if it's the last thing I do.
No, my daughter will win this prize, you moron, you dumbweed.
Moron.
I just feel we have to be strong together and unite against the enemies. Let's poison everyone but us.
That's my girl. I love you, honey. Now go out there and get those terrorists.
Can we pause for 1 second?
We're not getting very far into these scenes.
Okay, no, we can keep going. I'll bring it up later. I'll bring it up later.
Tell me now. It's the momentum is gone anyway.
I know this table read is for you more than it is for the listening audience, but I feel like we made a huge leap in the story where I'm suddenly like working with them, even though I seem to hate them. I think we might have missed a step or something.
Well, you are fighting still. You're still like a ragtag group of people. Yeah. We have Jerry, of course, and his daughter, Jillian.
Can I ask something too? Because I was actually I think just jumping off of what the music guy said. So it seemed like the dialogue is kind of it's kind of soft, And so when I was reading it just now, I was like, are these two in love or whatever?
It's true. You said it was inspired by David Mamet. The dialogue is like a little tame, I think.
I just feel, as someone who starred in Live Softly, I feel like there's in an action movie, there's almost always a moment where unlikely characters fall in love with each other. And I think this is this moment.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like you might hate me right now. Okay. But in a minute, you will fall in love with me.
But wait, I'm
just
her dad,
what I do.
Right? I'm her dad, right?
She's talking about me.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm glad we figured that out. Yeah, she's talking to the Wall Street character whose name we didn't get to, but his name is Hard Jackson. And again, I did introduce this movie as like a sweet kind of sweet kind of ensemble piece and not an action movie, but it does have elements of this. Is I would call this the action.
You also did say it was a sweet, I guess, David Mamet.
Yeah, I mean, like State and Maine.
Very tender person, from what I understand.
But then I am so confused. Why would she poison everyone and threaten their lives if this is just, a Mamet?
This is what. So what happens next is that this is kind of the call to action for her. She decides after a second of thinking about it to go out and essentially poison everyone, hoping to, get the terrorists while also maybe some collateral damage.
Okay.
But it's
terrorists. The spoiler.
Well, Jan already mentioned. In the dialogue. But her relationship with Hart, weirdly, is what makes her soft again. And she becomes kind of a Florence Nightingale character, helping everyone out that she poisoned. And then, let's just go to kind of the reckoning. Let's move fast through this.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I forgot that you have a sort of distinctly anti-feminist style. I forgot about that.
I mean, let's get serious about it. Hasn't it gone too far? I mean, you guys agree, right?
Man, I've thought that a bunch of times.
I mean, the reason... Sorry, Jan, please go ahead.
I just feel we need to really commit to this.
Yeah.
So it would really help me if I would actually poison everyone. If we had actual poison.
Oh, I see, yeah. I mean, we share our politics. We were all at the Capitol, right?
Yeah.
We were all there together. I don't know if you want to go into your experiences at the Capitol at all, but
I'd be happy to. I mean, it started as the best day of my life and ended just like any other, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was not really extreme enough, is what my dudes were saying about it.
Yeah, Brent, you were there with Ariel Pink and John Mouse, but nobody mentioned you. I guess I don't know why you didn't. I
guess I just fly under the radar, unfortunately. Yeah. 10-foot toes isn't as popular.
Yeah. It's a shame. You should be as infamous as Ariel Pink.
Hopefully for not the same reasons, but yeah. Jan, you were there as well, weren't you?
Again, I don't remember you.
That's right.
But I have to say it was a moment... We just found true love. It was the most romantic, the most romantic day for me ever.
You fell in love with QAnon Shaman, right? The guy who was wearing the fur and the horns?
Yes, it's just, I saw him.
What a whirlwind romance.
I don't know, this was a day of just peacefulness for me.
Beautiful. Wow. And you were, at the time, working on Jan and QAnon, right?
Oh yeah. It's like... we wanted to call it Independence Day.
QAnon and Bond should have been the name for it. That's what rhymes.
That's why you are the brilliant writer, right? It's like we should have, gotten you for that project. But
yeah, that's great. I mean, I'm looking for paid work.
Oh, I don't know if we pay, but we will ask you.
Okay, I'm looking
to show up anyways.
For work in general.
Yeah. The script, maybe we should...
Yeah. And of course, Battery Live, you were there as well, handing out money, I believe.
Me and my dudes, we just grabbed a couple envelopes from my dad's office. He has these envelopes that are just stacked with cash. And we just went out to Washington to sort of, when there's like a run and people hand out water, this is sort of what we did.
Yeah, you were telling me about this before the call started, that this is your small business called The Paper Trail.
Yeah, I'm just trying to kind of emancipate myself in many ways from my dad. So that's what I'm trying to do is just kind of get his money out there. So there's a paper trail.
Yeah. And I was there just looking for material. I mean, I don't think there are enough, these stories aren't being told enough about these, economically anxious middle America, people who are just looking for someone to, to just say it as it is.
I think I see that in this script, though.
Yeah,
I think I really
looking
see what you're trying to channel.
Because I feel like we've laid enough of the kind of groundwork for this, and we should jump right into kind of the climax. So after Gillian has poisoned everybody, and we've had a bit of a tete-a-tete, so to speak, between her and Hart in terms of the love that is kind of blossoming between them. Now she's been found out it was her that poisoned everybody, and nobody is thanking her for taking down the terrorists. They are just saying, basically, you gave us all salmonella through the chicken poisoning that happened. And she is being stripped of her title as Chicken Wurlitzer Extraordinaire. And this is a courtroom setting. I'm kind of inspired as well by Aaron Sorkin and the Trial of the Chicago 7, which is one of the most historically accurate movies I've ever seen. It's just mind-blowing how well he catches the specifics of these basically liberals who were just trying to love America in a different way.
Wow. Is this a movie that you're talking about?
Yeah. It's a movie, yeah. It's
okay, all right.
Yeah,
no, I got to catch that. That sounds cool.
Yeah, they will probably recommend it to you after you finish Amélie and Paris and don't watch the credits. So, cool. Interior, courtroom, day. Judge bangs his gavel. Order. Gillian is being represented by her dad, Jerry, who's a lawyer, who's also representing Hart. And the judge, I'll just do the judge. Well, I reckon, he's from the South. Well, I reckon we have all the evidence required to sentence y'all to a long time in federal penitentiary. Do you have anything to say in your defense?
Judge.
Yes, I have to say something. Let me put on these gloves and prove that I am innocent.
Oh, the audience in the courtroom is stunned, and you hear whispers and shouts in unison.
Hey!
Oh my God! She can't do that.
Yes, I know this glove is new evidence, but it was there, and I used them to not poison everyone, but just the terrorists who truly deserve this. So let me just put them on and show you. They fit perfectly.
This is highly irregular, but I'll allow it.
Can I also point out that the blood on these images is not my daughter's blood?
Yes, Jerry produces images that are covered in blood. And hands them over to the judge. Yeah, go on.
I'm sorry, Alvin. Can I just interrupt real quick? I feel it would help me if I would actually go through the moment. And should I just slit my wrists and just bleed all over the pictures?
Whoa,
should I just do that?
Okay, this is real acting now, huh? This is what they're talking about.
I mean, some call it acting. I just say this is what I have to do. I have to truly live it. I cannot play it.
This is it
has to really happen to me.
This is like John Travolta, right? In Pulp Fiction, because he did heroin in that.
Yeah, he actually did heroin.
I mean, he does it right in the movie, and he actually did it. So I thought that was just badass. Which is I think that's a masterpiece, by the way. The titles you guys were mentioning, those are probably really cool. But Pulp Fiction, he really does do heroin, and then.
I mean, it reminds me of the little movie I did called a very serious documentary, where I actually snorted concrete.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So crazy. How do you get that in your nose? Because it's like a stone, right? It's like a really solid stone.
Yeah, it's just you have to grind it hard. You just have to grind it.
I hear that, man.
And
I like grinding.
I did that
sure,
for many hours because we didn't have any set designers who could help me do it. So I had to do it myself.
Right.
We were filming in Dubrovnik in Croatia, and yeah.
Wow. So that's not in the States at all, right? That's like.
Can I ask a selfish question? Sorry to get us back on track.
Yeah, I wanted to say that I did love that show, Eric in Dubrovnik. And also the sequel, Eric in Reykjavik. It was really good. Sorry, go ahead, Brent.
Yeah, can I ask a self question just about the scene, actually? Just because my character, Hart, hasn't spoken yet. But it feels like there's been a dramatic shift for this now. Before he was wearing a suit and he was sort of a Wall Street guy. Now he's wearing like an American flag sort of like hippie jacket, and he's got like an afro now. And
you can
in the scene he smokes a joint and does stand-up comedy.
You can see where the inspiration is coming from on this one.
Yeah.
Yes. And then he does.
And his name is now Habby.
Yeah, and then he starts doing his bit where he says "my wife" over and over in this funny accent.
I thought that was just so hilarious. I don't know how you guys came up with that. You know, just him saying "my wife."
You know what they say.
It just confused me. That's why I wanted to ask about it. I mean, we could do it if you want to.
You know, good artists borrow, great artists blatantly rip off. Very recent movies is what I always say. So. Yeah, maybe if you just go into the stand-up bit for a little bit, and there is some interaction, some crowd work with the whole courtroom, if you want to just go into that part now.
And I'll try my best to do the accent that says on the screen. So we're down on 7th Street, right? And then the coppers, the pigs, are over there, and we're just trying to make Chicken Wurlitzer. I mean, last I checked, this is a free country, and in a democracy, that means we have a revolution. I'm giving it my best shot, I think.
That was great. That
is cracking me up, man.
It just feels like a really huge leap for my character.
I mean, it's an arc.
Yeah, right.
I mean, you wouldn't want him to end up still in the suit. No. Still only believing in the almighty dollar.
Yeah.
You know, Brent, I think it's just the impact, the love my character gave your character that just changed your
completely radicalized him.
Yes, just in the most beautiful way.
Yeah.
Is he a leftist, elitist terrorist now? Yes, he is.
From
love
staunch
sometimes,
capitalist to leftist,
and that brings us
love
to
is ugly sometimes.
That brings us through the third act, where actually Gillian is forced to turn on Hart because he is now a leftist terrorist. So, exterior, the Capitol. Drawing from real life. We see Hart now calling himself soft in his American flag hippie suit, sneaking up on Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. It's said a year ago. In the background, we see both. Oh, let's have both of them, Jerry and Gillian, sneak up because they are in frame. Sneak up and then stopping him. Gillian jumps him.
You can do it, honey. Strangle him. Kill the bastard.
Just stop being a terrorist. You can do this. I know my love radicalized you, but my love is what can bring you back.
Being a terrorist, I'm just going to the voting polls the only way I know how, with a gun.
You leave me no other choice but to poison you.
She brings a live chicken out of her jacket and beheads it there in front of the American flag on the floor. Mitch McConnell is surprised. Well, in my decades of public service, I have never seen such bravery as you have shown, young lady, in poisoning this radical. And I award you the Congressional Medal of Heroism.
This is my daughter. Wow.
Then you, sir, also get a medal for raising a great chicken handler. And you will both become senators.
Thank you, Mr. McConnell. This is a great honor.
Mr. McConnell, no. I have to stop you here. I did not get into this contest to become a senator and win this Medal of Honor. No.
What?
I entered this contest to win the Chicken Wurlitzer Prize at the Chicken Wurlitzer Prize Ceremony, and that is the only award I want. I am a real American, not involved in politics.
Wow. The flag behind her starts waving patriotically as through a breeze is wafting through these old dank halls of democracy, because she has truly brought to life what America is all about in the view of this Hungarian screenwriter. And Jerry, blown away by this, is stunned and says,
"I'm stunned."
And hard, soft as well.
Wow.
Can I
Hopefully Owen Wilson will play it, but I'm trying to put a little wows in there too.
Can I just ask something real quick? And I know we're all trying to get out of here, but so this is page 337, right, of the script, and we're just ending it. So my character doesn't really feel like he goes through a progression at all. Like, music guy, he gets like this whole thing where he turns into like this New York guy or whatever, but like my character just stays this dumb dad or whatever, when in the beginning it looked like he was in love with his daughter. At least like that kind of seemed like the way that was going.
That was a little bit of a bait and switch that he was in love with his daughter. There's a whole middle part where we suspect him of being part of the whole pedophile cabal of Democrats, but luckily it turns out that
okay, cool. Then that's a cool thing. Then I did read it, by the way.
I have to say, I really loved. You could really see how much inspired you are from Chinatown.
Yes.
And that's and it was just such a nice touch to have these Chinese chicken recipes in the middle there. That was really nice.
They have such
also, I love that you at the end of the script it says special thanks to Roman Polanski.
Yeah, I mean, us Eastern European auteurs need to stick together. And, I guess we didn't get to the final line, which is, forget it, Jerry, it's Chicken Town. So, I mean...
Which I love that you end the script right before anyone could possibly, comment on that or anything like that. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it immediately cuts to credits, and I gotta say, I write in the credits. They're supposed to, no matter who buys this and shows this, they are supposed to cut to an immediate commercial for Emily in Paris or any of the somebody and somewhere cinematic.
And I have
universe.
an idea, sort of what's really in vogue right now with new movies is to do a cover of a recognizable song. So, I mean, if you're on board, I just want to pitch that I can do a cover of Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken, the sort of the Bare Naked Ladies.
That's perfect. Only that, one sentence of it.
Yeah.
This for sure seems like a podcast that if any of us ever get on SNL, this will get us right off again.
I don't know what you mean by that.
No, sure. I don't either. This is just the dudes were saying something about that. I don't know.
All right. I want to thank you so much for your participation in this table read.
I just have one last question. Will there be a blooper reel or an additional foreshadowing scene after the credits? Do I have to watch the credits or can I just leave after?
Let's say that in the end, there is a scene with you that foreshadows the possible sequel. Where you go on to, win other chicken prizes, turkey prizes even. Maybe that's...
Oh.
Just brainstorming now. Turkey Wurlitzer Prize Ceremony.
Whoa.
Yeah, a Chicken in Kiev could be a wonderful, wonderful sequel. Or a prequel even.
Yeah.
I think it's a prequel. It takes place in 2016, I think.
I just don't know a name that rhymes with Kiev. I'm sorry. I don't see it.
Liev.
Prokofiev, the wasn't he didn't he write Peter and the Wolf?
It could be Eve in Kiev.
Eve in Kiev.
That makes sense to me because I've never heard it pronounced
Liev
Kiev.
Schreiber.
Yeah, Liev Schreiber in Kiev.
I want this part to be for me, so let's just stick with Eve.
Yeah.
Brent.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so what did you think of it? Did you like it? The parts that we did read?
So I've been sort of like, my dad really wanted me to be an actor, and I think I'm probably not going to do it. So if you can get someone else to do this part, that'd be really cool.
So you're just leaving the biz immediately.
Yeah, I don't know if it came through, but I've only seen one movie, which is Pulp Fiction. And I barely finished that. I just kind of dozed off once Travolta did the heroin. So, yeah, I'd rather not do it, which has nothing to do with the script. I mean, I didn't read the script, but...
Were you trying to, let us know that you've only seen Pulp Fiction? Is that something we were supposed to pick up on?
Almost like, I feel like it's something you mentioned a lot in the emails that we had before the show. And yeah, you didn't really reiterate it. I mean, because why would you? You already mentioned it several times in the email.
I mean, I was sort of thinking that you guys might ask me something about it, or just kind of push that a little, because since you did know, but no hard feelings, because I only watched half of it, like I said. So
anyway, I think Barry Levinson would be a great director for this. If anybody knows him or his son, I don't know if anyone knows Sam Levinson, my brother. I think I'm not basing this on anything. I just feel like kinship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've not heard of either of those guys.
Go out on.
Yeah, let me just say, it was pure poetry. It really felt like a David Mamet, but very different. I committed to do this film, Hannah in Montana, which is about a middle-aged woman who just changes her wigs and then she changes her life.
Wow.
People perceive her differently in some way. And it looks like we will not have enough money for that because we're involved in a very big lawsuit at the moment.
Really?
So I feel I could... just open my schedule for this.
Yeah. I'll attach you right here, right now, if you want.
Yeah. As long as I'm in every shot,
I'll make sure. Brent, do you want to do the music?
Absolutely. Like I said, as long as your style matches something that'll make people very uncomfortable at times, then I think I'm on board.
I mean, I feel these are all very boilerplate issues that I'm tackling in the script. I think most people will agree with the general politics of the piece.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Absolutely. I should get this to my agent, by the way. He had some issues with my previous works in terms of politics, but I think he'll like this one.
As I said, I'm never really political, but I feel like this is the only time I will make a political statement. If it's really pushing the right-wing agenda, I'm on board.
Yeah.
Yes. This is really brave, like, Aaron Sorkin is so brave to take the liberal stance about those.
Well, you remember when
Seattle
all
riots.
our hero, like Clint Eastwood, talked to this chair, you know?
Right.
And this is what I feel like, this is what we're doing. In essence, this is this movie.
We did skip the entire scene where you do a full monologue to Deep Fryer about how you feel about chickens and the industrial farming complex.
And I feel like this monologue, this will win us the Oscar.
Absolutely, it's
so
a big scene.
And when you say deep fryer, you mean like a very, very intense monk, like a sort of emotionally intense.
Yeah, it's a monk who's very deep. The character is named Deep Fryer Tuck.
Anyway, sort of a Matthew McConaughey type monk, I think.
Yeah, I mean, if we can get him, that's I don't know if he clashes with Owen Wilson saying the WoW lines, but if it's too much, I mean, both of them. But, I feel this is a winner, guys. It's going to happen. I'm so excited.
I think, you know what, because I listened to other installments of this, and I think often the scripts were too genre, they were too close to the material that and I feel like in this one you went like completely kaleidoscopic with the concept. And I think that's really good.
It's all genres and no genres at once.
Wow.
And I hope Mitch McConnell really wants to play that role because...
Oh, great cameo.
Yeah, it would be great. If, Battery Life, if you don't want to act, maybe you could finance it. I don't know. I grabbed one of those envelopes at the Capitol, but...
Maybe Mitch McConnell could play Jerry, and then we can have like a fun stunt casting for Mitch McConnell.
But, that's great. Yeah, I think that's good. I can grab you guys another couple envelopes for sure.
Great. All right, so thank you so much for being part of this. And, this is going to win some awards. I just know it. I can feel it. The respect is going to come.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
For all of us. We'll share in it.
Yeah, but I don't need it.
We have to just trust the plan,
Yeah, it's if we just follow, just follow our heart, the universe and God will bless us.
Yeah, the storm is coming. It's going to come eventually.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Amen.
Yeah. And, if any, SNL scouts are listening, we did, mean all of this.
Yeah.
Right.
Or QNL scouts if they're listening too.
That would be really exciting.
Wait, is there like a conspiracy theory sketch show called QNL?
Yeah. I don't know if we have time to go into it now, but I've actually I've heard about this.
Yeah, I think that might require a whole other episode to explore.
Yeah.
But thank you so much. This has been The Table Read with Alvin Fadin. Keep watching the movies.
Yeah.
That's the end. Wow, what an episode.
That was, it's just so entertaining to hear the snippets of a script, like before you actually get to see the whole thing.
Yeah, you just learn this craft,
Yeah.
I didn't know a screenplay could be 300-something pages, but he did it.
No, and so much dialogue, I think, too. And I wish, it happened so fast as well, I think.
Yeah, not a lot of... stage directions.
No, and this one, I don't think he didn't describe scenes at length before the dialogue started, I think, in this one.
So we have a few people to thank.
Yes.
Janina, Rook, and Gaston Stabiszewski.
Yes.
Thank you so much for whatever you did.
Yes, and also thank you to Bear Radio, who hosts us online, as well as Comedy Cafe Berlin, who hosts us on live when we do it.
Yeah. And Banglist, the band who made our intro song.
Exactly. And thank you to everyone who listens to the show.
Yeah, we don't say that enough. Thank you to the listeners.
Yeah.
You guys are the real heroes.
Bye.
Bye.
Berlin. It's the Berlin Open Stage Show. Berlin. It's the Berlin Open Stage Show.
It's the boss.
Oh, yeah.